Happy Wednesday. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So we are offering our infamous 6-month hair growth sewing system in Florida. Okay. And I want to introduce you guys to the certified hair growth specialist that is in Florida making all this hair growth happen. This is our third day. How many more days y'all want to do this? We can do this all day. Okay. So I'm Abra McPhail. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Danielle, one of our certified technicians out in Baltimore, killing it. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. So we're going to be talking with Sherry out of Florida. So I got something planned for you and a few more, you guys. So you just sit tight. Sit tight. So, yes, you all, I'm Abra McPhail. I'm the CEO of Abracadabra Hair and Healing, and I'm the creator of this infamous 6-month sew-in that at one point you guys probably were like, what the heck is that? And how are they doing that? How is that even possible? How does it work? So we like to hop on these lives so we could educate you guys on how this works. We've been doing this. I created this back in 2012, so it's been 12 years that this has been going on. You guys are just not finding out about it. So we use 6 months. We have hair growth product systems that stand alone by themselves. We have a 6-month hair growth sewing system that stand alone by itself. And we use these methods as solutions to help women all over the world achieve massive hair growth. We like to think of ourselves as alchemists. We're either going to take you from nothing to something or something to everything. That's always the goal. And so one of the beautiful things about sitting in one of the certified technicians of our program is that they're going to know a little bit more about the issues that you are struggling with. We have common issues that we struggle with. Most hairstylists is not going to be able to educate you on what's going on with you. And the reality is, majority of us, to be honest, all of us is going to experience some type of hair loss, excessive shedding, some type of scalp issue, something that we're not going to be proud of or happy about. And so to create this community of safety around being educated and being provided solutions on the things that you may be struggling with as it pertains to one of the most important things in your body is one of the great things about our program and our certified technicians. And so these ladies invest quite a bit into this program, and they work really hard. This is not easy. This is not a class that you, at a click of a button, you get access to something. You don't have a community, there's no clients being sent your way. There's no uniformity. Like it's a lot of, it's pressure to learn this process, because when you guys go and pay your money, you expecting the results of what you see here. Hey, I am Nundy Von Hair. I am Nundy is one of our certified technicians out of Illinois, St. Louis. If you are a student of our program, if you are in our community, just some of you guys are newer. I don't recognize your Instagram name, so I like to let our followers know who is certified, who's in the program, who's currently in training, who's attended a masterclass, just so they can have an idea, because sometimes they're going to our Find Your Technician page and they may not see someone that's in their city, but there may be someone that's training, and so I want to connect you guys. So, thank you. I'm loving it too. It's very, very easy maintenance. So I have Burmese hair in right now, you guys. Our Burmese deep curl hair, this is really actually the hair that's that acts most like real hair. Like, it has a moisture cycle. You gotta put some, it may feel, a little coarse, but when you shampoo it, it's very soft, very silky. if you put product on, if you don't put product on, it could swell a little bit. If you do, it's manageable. It's pretty nice. I've been loving it. It's been 2 months so far since I've had this in, a little over 2 months. So yes, you guys. So we're gonna be talking to Sherry today. She is not. Let me just make sure that she didn't have any problems getting on here. She's out in Florida, and I'm actually kind of excited to speak to her today because I know she's been seeing quite a bit of clients. We get a lot of interest in this 6-month sewing system, and so we have a website where you can find a technician that is trained in this process to provide this. And as a creator, I don't always know what's going on, so there are some people I kind of figured, I'm like, okay, they're doing a lot. But, some of my students are really quiet, but just because they're quiet doesn't mean they're not working. And so this particular student had a conversation with our enrollment manager and she was like, yeah, I'm busy. And I'm like, oh, you busy? I didn't know that. I wasn't sure. So it's always good to know, what's actually happening. Lola Door Hair Co. is actually in our program as well. Hopefully she'll be making it to the masterclass, but she is currently in training right now. So I remember that picture. So if you're a student, let us know. Let me know if you're a student, you're in our program right now. Burmese blowout, gorgeous and straight, easy. Yes, I haven't worn it straight yet, but I'm going to be wearing it straight in a minute, like in a very hot second. In Florida, she is in Sebring. She's in Sebring, Florida. So I think that maybe, I don't know where that's close to. I have students from everywhere. We have someone in Canada. We don't have anyone in the Bay Area, or I'm not sure if this is considered the Bay Area, but she's in Oakland area, give or take, somewhere around there. So she is on the website. Her name is Jasmine. Looking for someone in the Bay Area, California. Just started my hair system. Okay, awesome. Very excited. Yes, definitely make sure you take your before pictures for sure. Because the eyes are very deceiving. The eyes want to see what it wants to see. But the pictures kind of tell it all. So we need someone in Miami. We need somewhere everywhere because we literally have a list of, 20,000 women on all of our lists combined that has expressed interest in this. And from everywhere. I mean, even Africa, even the islands, Jamaica, the UK, like everywhere, even places I've never even heard of, so it would be nice to, get to a point where we have somewhere everywhere, but the reality is I don't control, hair professionals and their decisions that they make for their life and their career. But I will say this is one beneficial decision that you can make in the year 2024. So share this with any hairstylist. That's another reason why I like to bring our hair pros on here that are certified, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of how this program works. What are some of the challenges? What are a lot of the benefits? We've had, we spoke with Anda out of the Bronx, New York on Monday. She said she's seen well over 50 clients, and she's been certified maybe a little over a year. She said it's too many to count, but she knows at least 50. We spoke to Monique yesterday. Monique is out of Maryland. She says she knows for sure she has at least done this method 100 times, and she's been certified for she said a year. She's been certified for a year. So she's done this system 100 times. Straight out of cosmetology school. Maureen, did you request to come on? Maureen Brown, I think that's my girl. Yeah, Manhattan. Yes. Yeah, so she's done it over 100 times, have had all different types of scenario situations. I'll bring you on. I'm going to bring you on while we're waiting for Sherry. Somebody asked, does this work for clients with alopecia? It absolutely does in most cases, unless you have scarring alopecia. Scarring alopecia is a permanent damage, but a lot of times we're misdiagnosed. A dermatologist can see one area and say the entire area is scarred, but that's not necessarily true. So there's been a lot of cases where customers have gotten 30%, 50%, 75%, 90% of the hair back in an area where the dermatologist said it would never grow back with our product system and our by itself, or our 6-month sewing system, or them both combined. But usually when you have like an internal system, we'll get you in a protective style. We'll recommend our supplements, and then we'll make sure that you are under the regimen that we recommend. So let me go ahead and bring you on. Can you share the contact information for Bronx? Let me see. Hair. It won't pop up. So let me tell you guys, there's a reason why we have a page that says find your technician, because I can't remember everybody's information. I have students, I don't know where they are. Much less their Instagram names, but I do know Anda's, who is in Bronx. I think it's Hair by Bella. I can't remember that. Okay, so I think Maureen, do you know Maureen is a client of Anda's in New York and has had a great journey. I'm about to bring you on right now. Do you know Anda's Instagram name? It won't like naturally pop up, so I can't remember it verbatim here. So if you could tag that would be great. Otherwise, go to our Find Your Technician page. It will list everybody. Oh, Maureen, I gotta bring Sherry on, but if you stick around a little bit, I may be able to bring you on. So Sherry from Florida is in the building. I'm gonna bring her on. I am excited to talk to her, to see what she has been doing. Because I heard she doing some stuff down there. So let's talk about it. Can you put her information? I need her number. We're bringing her on right now. Oh, there you go. Hi, Sherry.
Hey.
How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. I don't think you know, but I am very excited to talk to you today. I am, because you've been so quiet.
Yes,
I know you've been working. I know you've been working down there. So first of all, congratulations, you guys. We every 3-4 months, we will bring like our top retailers on, and our top retailers will let us know. They let us know, okay, they're seeing clients, they're educating clients, they're recommending the products and stuff like that. Oh, there you go, Anda. There you go. See, here we go. They jumping in.
Yeah.
So that's Hair by Bella Sweets. Okay, I underscore Renee. So the person that asked for the Bronx, that's her. And so we like to highlight you guys just to give our followers a chance to see that, okay, she's really teaching hair pros out there. They're really creating their own hair growth testimonies. You guys I'm trustworthy, you're trustworthy. And also just shed some light on your journey and your story in the process, and help hair pros kind of understand a realistic view of how this works, also. So you were in the second cohort. No, second. Yeah, second cohort.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yes. So just tell everybody your name, where you located, name of your business, Instagram name, how long you've been a hair professional.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sherry Daniels, also known as Sharon, the owner of Hair in Motion. I've been in that location 27 years.
Wow. That's good. That's it. What's your Instagram name? I think it's up here.
My Instagram name is Silk Press and Hair Growth.
I love that.
Facebook, yes, Facebook. You can find me. You can find me at Hair in Motions, Sebring, Florida. My booking website is hairinmotion.biz, which is also on the app. All that information is on Abra's Find the Salon locator.
Yep.
Yes, and I got certified with Abra in February last year. So I've been certified for a whole year.
Okay, yes. Nice,
yes.
Nice.
I did the 2-day certification October 2023.
Okay.
So,
all right.
And
nice.
the journey so far has been great. It's
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I'm excited, like honestly. So what made you join this course when you, because you joined it, a little while ago, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe. So you joined it during a time where it wasn't very popular yet, and her professionals were looking like, what is that? You can't do that. Where most her professionals kind of resisted and turned it down.
yeah.
What is it about you? Because the ones that got in, you guys are very special, clearly, right? So what is it about your mindset, your brain, that said, let me invest into this course? We want to know.
Okay. So first of all, you kept popping up all over my page. Every time I went on social media, there was something from Abra. So just one day I was like, well, let me go ahead and see what it's about. I've been doing sew-ins forever, my entire career. There's different techniques that I do, but your technique it was something different about it. Not just the hair growth part, but even in the way you presented it, it just picked my attention. So I booked a consultation with you. You was running a special to kind of see what the sew-in pertained. So I booked that consultation, and when I talked to you, it was like I had knew you forever. The responses you gave me, it was simple, it was to the point, but there was a connection. And
Yeah.
I said, this is the time I need to upgrade my sew-ins because it was a sew-in with a purpose.
You
Right.
always got them taglines, Sherry. You always got them taglines.
Yes, it was a sew-in with a purpose, and I felt in my heart that God was telling me, this is it. You need to invest in this. I live in a small town in Florida. I'm in Sebring, Florida. It's a small town, and I'm always looking for investments in my business. Always trying to see what's different because we're in a small town.
Yeah.
We don't see a lot. So, and even to go to, you told me if I joined, I had to go to Missouri for a 2-day certification. I was like, oh my God, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this? But I'm like, you know what? God is taking me to another level. Get out of my comfort zone. Get out there, get that information, and learn. Because I felt like you knew what you was talking about. You was the best. You created this system. And when I went to the certification, everybody that I met, I'm like, I have never seen these people before. We met, like, I think we was doing a Facebook group.
Yeah.
So we saw names and we might have saw pictures on the Zoom, but we didn't know each other. Right. But when we got there, everybody was so welcoming, and my roommates Kim and Nika, and then I met Monique, and I met
Anda.
forgot it, Yella, and all the other ladies, and I'm like, we became a family. We became a family, and we was learning something new. And to this day, it's like you say, it's been almost a year and a half since that. Since we met, and we still are close. If I need any assistance, I can text any one of those ladies in my class, and they will respond.
Ooh, that is beautiful. That's so beautiful. Which is, we was talking to Monique yesterday. Monique was like, it's not just the monetary benefit.
Right.
We have community, people to lean on, that's on the same pathway, that's on the same mission.
Right.
It's sacred. It feels safe. You know what I mean? All we want to be is a part of something where you feel safe and where you feel like you can grow. And
exactly.
So, yeah, I when I first did, you were the second cohort, so you were the second class. When I did the first class, it was like that. And so I was like, I don't know if the sex, you know how sometimes you can experience something, it can be, it can be really nice. But it's like,
Right.
that kind of set a bar. Is the next one gonna be like that? I mean, everyone, boom, 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 like the same energy, right? So you can tell it's a culture that's
Right.
set, and you guys protect it. You guys protect that culture. I'm very proud of you guys in that sense. So, so clearly we can already get a sense of this answer, but do you feel like it's been worth it? Obviously you remember, it was an investment. You were like, man, I got to travel somewhere to get the certification, but was that worth it?
It was. It was worth it, and not just monetary, because I made my money back already. So now it's going forward and being that liaison person for the people that's struggling with hair issues. Majority of my customers that have received this sew-in has some kind of issue. They about 3, and I created a book. I created a book just for my Abracadabra ladies, because they were coming at me so fast and I didn't know them. So I had to put the names down, and I have them sit in the picture so I can put a picture with the name. I can put a face with the name. So out of 36 women, maybe I would say maybe 4 didn't have any hair issues. They just wanted hair growth. So, and to be able to have a solution to their problem, it's worth it.
I was actually leading into my next question. How does it feel for someone to come to you and pretty much feel helpless because nobody has been able to help them? You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, she can help me. I trust her. She can, if I'm going to get anything, it's going to be with her. You know what I'm saying? So how does that feel compared to what it was before? Because you've been in the industry for a very long time. And that's another thing that I like. We got different types of, we got seasoned stylists. Yesterday we spoke to Monique, who was straight out of cosmetology school, and she spoke very highly of you when you guys on the tour had to go to, when you did here in Miami. And a lot of things that she learned from you being a seasoned stylist. But before joining the program, that feeling compared to the feeling you have now of being that authoritative figure, being that trusted source for protective styling and hair growth, how does that make you feel personally?
Personally, it feels good to know that I'm doing something. I've always tried to be trustworthy in everything I do. So for the women to come in and they asking me questions and they looking for an answer, and I might tell them it might not happen right away. It's a process.
It's a process.
Yeah. And we're gonna work through this process together. Because women come in looking for a solution, but they don't want to stick it out.
And that's the reality of some situations. Right. So I'm glad you said
it. Right. They might put their foot in and then they jump back. But if you never go through the process, you'll never know your outcome. And majority of my AK ladies they stick with the process. I have a lady coming from Miami. Bless her heart. She just made an appointment. She had to cancel it. She made an appointment like 3 months ago. She had to cancel it because of health issues. She received the sew-in twice already.
Okay, good.
But her health is not good, but she's determined to get this sew-in, and she's determined to stick it out. So with women like that, I am determined to help them find a solution.
Do y'all hear that? I think that we don't attract transactional hairstylists, like hairstylists that just do this for the money. Like you guys, the common characteristic of you guys is that you are going to serve.
Mm-hmm.
You are really trying to help your customers reach their full potential. This is not transactional. You're invested in the journey. You know, you're willing to go with them, and that's what the program is really. That's the foundation of it. You have to be willing. Oh, is that Tanika Styles? Yes, Tanika's in New York right now. She started out in, where did you start out? I don't remember. One of the Carolinas, I feel like maybe North Carolina, but now she's in New York.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's certified. But yeah, it's a journey, right? And I'm glad you mentioned that. It's not an overnight process. A lot of times, if we don't have hair, we don't have active follicles. Those follicles, there's no follicle, there's nothing happening. And so when you either do the product systems or you do both, the product system and the system, it's gonna take 3 months before any hair even penetrates the scalp. It could take, it could be 2, 3. It just really depends on the person, how fast their hair grows, what you're doing, like the choices that you're making with your health, all of that plays a role.
Right.
But when you don't have any activity, first we got to get some activity going. So a lot of times if you have hair loss, the supplements will be recommended, because a lot of times we're struggling with blockages. Those supplements are going to remove those blockages. Create some activities, formulate a hair strand. It has to grow underneath the scalp first, and then it'll start to grow outside of the scalp. So have you seen, Sherry, anybody who was struggling? Have you experienced anybody who was struggling with hair loss, and with the system, the product systems, that they got any type of results?
I would say every one of my clients have received results.
I love it.
They're not all the same, because
for sure.
All the issues are different.
Exactly.
Right.
When you have hair loss, you need at least 1 year to get a full picture of what your hair can possibly do. You need at least 1 year. And this is why we say go into the system twice. You can do it back to back. And we've had people who do it back to back for 3 years, before they actually took a break. But hair growth is a process, especially when you have, hair loss. So Sherry, you got your book, right? I know that you got your book, because I've been wanting to know the number of people that you've done this on. So you mentioned 36, right?
So 36, right?
36 people have come to you and say, hey, I want this abracadabra sewings. Okay. And you kept track of all of them, because you invested in the journey, obviously. So you kept track of all of them in your notebook.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I've been dying to know that, because I was telling them before you got on, this is a process. Even the program is a process. You don't get certified for 6 months. Now you can go to the master class after doing three models. You go on the website after the master class, because once you can show that you've successfully been able to complete the installation, then we put you on a website. So you can do it before you certify. You get certified when you're able to take at least one person through the entire system. So this program in itself is just, it's a process, even just learning it, right? And so we got to obviously give you some time to learn it, to master it, to get some customers in there, you know what I mean? And so I never know what is happening really, unless we do like a survey or something, which is kind of periodically. So to talk to Anda and say she's seen 50 clients, to talk to Monique, she said she's done it 100 times. And then now you that kept really good detailed track of how many people you've been doing, 36, that's a lot. That's a lot. And you only been certified for a year.
For a year, yeah. I'm telling you, it's like my Saturdays are booked. They're booking through the week, but they're going on my website and taking up my Saturdays like that. So my regular customers, I tell them my Saturdays they're gone.
Wow.
And I've even started working on some Sundays to fit them in.
Wow.
Yes.
Now let me ask you this. You don't have to be very specific, but do you notice anything in like your revenue that has changed?
I I see the growth when I look at my charts.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, I was
yes,
just curious. Okay. Okay.
yes.
No, that's good.
Because on a Saturday, I might take one client, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with maybe $200.
Uh-huh.
But if I'm taking my AK ladies, that's $500-$600.
Right.
One person.
Right. Yeah, I'm said her Saturdays go really
Yeah.
fast too. I saw some kind of electricity in here. We got she's out of Dallas. She travels. Danielle was in here.
Yeah.
Danielle's out of Baltimore. Tanika's out of New York. She was started in North Carolina, but now she's in New York. I am Nundy, was in Illinois. I saw Lola. I don't remember, Lola, your name. She's not certified yet, but she's definitely in the program. Hopefully she gets to the master class. So I like to just shout the certified technicians or the trainees that are in our program while we're on here. Okay,
Yeah.
so Sherry, so some followers on here, a lot of times when people are discovering this for the first time, they're like, 6 months sewing, like how does that happen? Do you get that? Is that a challenging
All the
part of being
time.
in this program? You got to like educate, do a little bit more educating because they don't get it, they don't understand it. Do you struggle with that a little bit?
I do, and I understand that because I always told my clients, don't go past 3 months, 2.5, 3 months. So when I started doing this 6 months sew-in, it was like, what is you doing?
Right. What am
Why are
I
you telling
wearing?
people to wear this for 6 months? And I'm like, okay, let me break it down. It's a process. You still getting your hair treated. You still getting your scalp shampooed, conditioned. We are still taking care of your hair. That's the number one focus is the hair underneath that sew-in.
Yep. And that's I think that's the biggest negative thought process when they see it. It's like they think you're wearing it for 6 consecutive months with no care.
Right.
So would you like to tell our followers, like, what is that process like? If somebody like, I want to do this, I kind of want to do this, right? But I'm scared, like, what would you say to them?
Well, first I would tell them, let's come, we're going to shampoo your hair. First of all, we're going to condition your hair, and all of these products have antifungal ingredients. So at the very beginning, your hair is going to be protected. That's the real protection right there.
Yes.
So,
because you can use shampoo with harsh ingredients, and people wonder why, like, they lose a lot of hair when they take their sewings out, or it's itching really bad when they put their sewings in. We don't really struggle with a whole bunch of itching in this product. So,
right. I just did a consultation last night. And the lady, she was so excited, and I was telling her that the products, without these products, this sew-in wouldn't be possible. So don't try to go use no other, you got to stick with the program. So once we do that initial sew-in, I give them a choice to come back and let me shampoo it in a month and a half, or they get the products and they do it themselves at home. Majority of my ladies come back. They come back. And they're traveling from Miami. They're coming from Gainesville. I got some coming from Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa. They're traveling. So once we get that month and a half refresher is what I call it, then we're going to go another month and a half. And when back, that's when we're going to do the maintenance. That's where I'm going to go in, and I'm going to reconstruct that sew-in, and we're going to make it brand new.
What do your clients say about that process? Like the first time clients, like, do they be shocked? Like, I cannot believe this has been in 3-4 months and it feel like this. Like, this look brand new. Do they be shocked? What does that look like?
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is when I take that portion down and they see their hair. Because I take pictures, I let them feel it, I let them touch it, and they get amazed that their hair feels so good at that stage. Yes. So then after that 3 month, I give them a choice again. You can come back in a month and a half, let me do it, or you can do it at home. Of course, they come back. They come
Mm-hmm.
back. They love to get it shampooed. They love this the scalp soother.
Mm-hmm. The way the
They love that
shampoo
process.
feels,
It
you know.
feels good. Um, uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So after that month and a half, then they come back that 6 month period, and then we take it down. And
Mm-hmm.
majority of my ladies go back into it.
I was just about to ask that. How many of them go back into it?
Yeah.
So this is something that in a 6 month time frame, you would mandatory have 3 visits: the installation, the
Hmm.
retouch, tightening, and the removal, right? But you have some recommended maintenance visits in between
Right.
too. So either in a 6 month time frame, you're going to see your your certified technician 3 times, or
Hmm.
you're going to see them
5.
5 times. But at the end of that process, you're going to have a lot more hair than what you started. A lot.
Right.
And it's so stress free. You know what I mean? Does your clients talk about how stress free it is? Like, this is secure. I don't got to worry about anything. I wake up, I go. Does anybody talk about that benefit that you've heard of your customers?
Yeah, because my customers, they're all professional women,
Mm-hmm.
and they're looking for something that's easy and that's going to take them to the next service. They're not,
Mm-hmm.
they're not trying to fight and fuss with their hair. You know, they're looking for something that's going to carry them over and have them looking professional.
Yeah.
So the sew-in is perfect for that.
Yeah. Someone asked
Abracadabra sew-in.
that. She like, not any sew-in, the abracadabra sew-in. Okay. Someone asked, do you have these trainings in other states? The training is online. Talk about that, Sherry. Like the modules, the education online before you even did the hands-on masterclass,
Hmm.
which is a component of the program. A lot of the programs that you're going to take is not going to have. They're just going to sell you a digital
Hmm.
learning course, and that's it. That's all you get. This one has a hands-on masterclass component attached to it because we're sending you our customers.
You're
We
right.
got thousands of people coming in, 1,000 to 1,500 people a month that are interested coming in to that Find Your Technician page. And they're being spurted out to whoever. We only have 30 people who are certified, who are actually certified, who can do this process total. And so they're going to these, out of these 1,500 people, a lot of them going to find a city or a state that there's no certified technician in. That's why certified technicians are traveling to other cities,
Mhm.
right? Because
Right.
there's a demand there. But it's mostly online, digital, right? Because some professionals used to say, "Oh, can I just do the hands-on class?" How do you feel like the hands-on class would have went if you didn't have the online piece?
It would have been a disaster because the stitching, everything we learned through the modules, the stitching, the braiding, um, the closure, everything was, you got it lined out, I think, very well. And I still go back and look at them
Do you feel like you see something new
every
that you missed?
time, every time.
This is why the digital course is so important for all those hair pros that say, "Can I just take the master class?" This is not your average skill. This is not your average skill.
No.
This is like hair surgery this is like surgery for real. A doctor would not say, "Hey, can you teach me how to do heart surgery in a day?" That's never going to happen like that.
Right.
You need the online digital lessons. Come to the master class. It's so tedious and it's so much to consider that when you come to the master class, you need to know like what your weaknesses are, so you can really optimize and maximize
Right.
the master class,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's so important. And then when you leave the master class, you go back to it and you see something that you didn't see before. So just having that lifetime access to it gives you the opportunity opportunity to continue to keep improving your skills, which
Right.
is gonna obviously benefit you in the long run. So yeah, no, that's really that's really important. I asked Monique that the other day too. Yes, I'm certified technician upstate New York. That's Tanika.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any hairstylists in Philly? There are hairstylists in Philly. There's one in Philly. She actually just left the master class. She was not playing with her skill. She was very serious and very determined to get this. Let me snapshot that. But you can go if you message us, my city, DM us the word my city, or you comment my city on any of our reels. We will send you a direct link to the Find Your Technician page where you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of you guys are going to ask me, do you have someone here? Do you have someone here? It's getting to a point where I don't know now. It's kind of
Right.
at that point. It's only so much that I can remember off the top of my head. This is why we have this page. Like,
Right.
so don't ask me for somebody's Instagram name. Don't ask me, oh, can you send me the person info from California? I don't know the person info from California off the top of my head. This is why we have the website. So just DM us the word my city, and it'll send you that link. You put in your name, email number, and then you put the city and the state, and boom, it gives you a little disclaimer, and boom, it shows you the states. You choose your state, and anybody in that state is going to list. So you can choose who you want to go to. We're not at the point where we got a whole bunch of people in every state. I think Texas has maybe 3 or 4, 3 people. Chicago had 4 people. Chicago had 2, but 1 moved to Texas, Dallas. So, and that's honestly 2 are in Houston. 2 in Houston, 2 in Dallas. So we're not at that point yet where it's like 3, 4 people in every state, which is why you the only one in Florida. Sherry, you the only one in Florida, so you're in a really good position. You know what I mean?
I think that's crazy to be the only one in Florida. I'm like, wake up.
You can't even do all these people that really want this. You up here working on Sundays. You probably ain't worked on Sundays in forever.
Forever.
So, and I'm sure that's appreciated. You making a way, because you know how bad they want to get into this process. This process got a way of drawing you in. It's deeper. It's really just deeper than just styling. You know what I mean? It's emotional. It's a connection. It's a journey, right? And we're like going on with it. You're on the path with your customer, and so there's this bond that and a responsibility, that you have, because you want them to achieve the results that they're looking for, they have, So, let's see here. Is it just me or are they glitching? I'm not sure. And you get reflect back. Let's see. She is retired. Okay. Yes. I guess somebody may have asked, do I do it? I've been retired since June 2020. I do not provide the service anymore. I teach it now because I couldn't do both. There was just no way. So, so I just teach it now, and that's growing, and I got a responsibility. And do I just do it and just help, hundreds of people, or do I teach hair pros around the world and help 1 million? That was the very hard choice I had to make at that time. But it's going really good. Let's see. What do you have? Let's see. I was just going through these questions. She's in Sebring, Florida, for somebody who asked about that. But again, if you just text us to where my city, everything is on our page, and then her Instagram name is here too, so you can always click that Instagram page, go to her bio, because I'm sure you got that in your bio, a link in your bio, right? It is. Yeah, get to your consultations and stuff. So, what would you say, Sherry, to hair pros that, because we have some on here that are, they may say, oh man, it's an investment, or really, I think that would be the biggest challenge, because if you are connected to this, or if you are aligned with a mission of like really transforming your customers' hair and really wanting them to reach a certain level of hair growth or health or thickness that they've never been able to achieve before. If you want to do something like that, you would naturally kind of be attracted to this, right? But I think the biggest challenge people may say is, because I don't know who didn't say that out of all of you guys. All of you guys either thought or said, "Whew, that's an investment." You know what I mean? What would you say to someone who kind of allows that to deter them away from actually because we need hair pros. I mean, people are on me every day, hundreds of people about, there's no one here. There's no one here. I'm just like, I'm doing the best that I can, you know, and this is why I do something like this just to give them a little bit more insight, because it's one thing to hear from me, but it's another thing to hear from the very people who at one point thought this was an investment, but that in just a year made that investment back plus more, you know what I mean? And only a year, you still got, you know, more time, you know? So what would you say to somebody who would even think about allowing the investment part to deter them, a hair pro, from getting into the program?
I would say you would have to look at the industry as a whole. Bringing the industry back to professionalism. There's a lot of stuff out there that's not professional. And I'm all about being professional, bringing that professionalism to my clients. And when I first talked to you on that consultation, I started out with the lowest
the membership
package.
What?
I started out with the lowest package, but by the time I got off the phone with you, I decided, no, I better go with the gold. I better go ahead and get this whole thing and not get bits and pieces.
Fast track.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to elevate your business, if you want to have that professional stance, this is a platform that's very professional. And I like the fact that it's trade secret. You don't really hear that word anymore. So that it was a trade secret, I'm like, okay, very professional.
When you think about trade secret, what do you think about? What's the benefit of knowing something that's trade secret?
Like you mentioned the doctor earlier, they're gonna tell you what you need, but they're not gonna put the scalpel in your hand. They're not gonna let you open up yourself or even stitch your own stitches. You need a professional person to keep the business, to keep the industry professional.
That is really a good point. I've been talking about how a lot of YouTube is really the education now. YouTube is the education. I mean, it's been like that for a while, but it's really like that. So a lot of customers are learning how to do their own crochets, learning how to do their own sew-ins, learning how to do their own braids, their own protective styles, their own locks and stuff like that. So when it comes to the protective style industry,
right,
this is very well a part of that. There's nothing like this is not something that you learn on YouTube.
Right.
Even the hair pros have taken 6 months to master this. 6 months.
Right.
Not possible to learn in a day. Not even possible to learn. Not even like not. And you say never say nothing is impossible, right? Not possible to learn
right
in a day. You know what I mean? And even if you did learn it, it's so much work that you wouldn't even want to do. You know? So you know, trade secret, there's not a lot of people that know that, like I said, it's 30 people. It's a list with 20,000 people from over the last couple of years who expressed interest in this 6 month sewing. And there's 30 people that know how to do it. You know, so I think I said this when I spoke to Anda on Monday. You know, people laughed at the Wright brothers when they said they wanted to teleport humans from here to here.
Okay.
I mean, laugh. Like they're like, okay, we want to create something that's going to teleport human beings from one place in the world to another, and people laugh. But yet everybody's on airplanes today, and so
I'm going by
I feel like
now.
this is going to be a worldwide solution.
Yes.
There's nothing else. What else is there? There's nothing else out there. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's going to be a worldwide solution. And I'm thankful to really have hair pros like you, because at some point before 2-3 years ago and before, this was rejected. I mean, even just 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, people were writing articles about it saying
Wow.
it don't work. People who've never done it before. How
Right,
can you
right.
speak on something that you've never done before? I can't have I can't. This is funny. I'm more of like a plant-based eater. And so you got people that will say certain things. And I'm like, well, are you a plant-based eater or what they call vegan? I don't call it vegan, but are you a plant-based eater or have you ever been a plant-based eater? No.
Oh.
So what are we talking about here? I can't have a conversation with you because you don't know what it's like to be. Oh, you can't speak on something you don't know.
Right.
You don't really know. And so, so just 3 years ago, that was happening. So to have, quite a bit of you guys believe in it before you even jumped in it. You know what I mean? You believed in it before you even jumped in it. You decided it was worth investing. You embodied the methodology, right? And you're doing it. We're sending you customers. You're doing it and you're successful doing it. It's mind blowing to me. I like to always thank you guys for opening up your mind to other things, because in order to create any type of change or have any type of like scientific breakthrough, you have to abandon your own way of thinking, and that's not always easy to do. You know what I mean? So like you said, I've been doing this for 27 years. I've been doing sew-ins. I tell my clients, you can't go over 2 months, 3 months, absolute max. So for it to be 6 months and you believed in that and you're doing it and it's successful and you feel value from it, it's beautiful. So I thank you so much for believing and investing in that. So any last thing that you want to say to, please, can you see where you are in Florida as I lost my hairdo? Oh, she's in Sebring, Florida. But you can always click on her Instagram name, or you can message us my city, and we'll send you the link where you can find anybody in your area. But Sherry is the only person in Florida that's doing this right now, okay? You're the only person that's holding it down, creating this hair growth in Florida, okay? So, yes. Like, I don't know how long you're going to be in Florida by yourself, but hey.
I need some help. I need some help. Come on, Florida.
For real. Because you're not it's just not possible without making a big change in your structure. You know what I mean? Like, if you got all these people that want to get this done, but you can't fit them on there, then the price has to go up, because you got to make this make sense,
right,
for you. And there are going to be people who are willing to, always going to be people who are willing to pay your value. You know what I mean? That it happened to me. You don't even want to know what I was charging by the time I retired. I had to, because all of these people want services. I'm not going to kill myself here, because it's not even possible to be a robot and get all this done. Right. So I got to try to, weed out the people who not willing to go with me. Right. It didn't work. So that's why I had to create a system where I was teaching it, in my salon or whatever. But most people were like, I'm paying, because it's the lifestyle. Because I can't imagine not having this as an option. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So hopefully we can get somebody in Florida to help you out, Sherry. But any last thing that you want to say to all of the followers that's watching, all of the followers that's going to see this at some point, about you, your business, your schedule, the service you provide, any last things that you want to say before we end?
No, I'm just here to serve. Um, it's a blessing to be a
Mhm.
servant. And I mean, call me up. We can talk. We can do a consultation. We can set it up for whatever the summertime.
Mhm.
If you don't want to get it done now,
Mhm.
you need to think about it and you need to get your ducks together.
Mhm. Right.
I'm, I'm, I'm here to serve.
I love that. I'm glad you mentioned that because it is an investment. And the
Mm-hmm.
women that are getting this aren't rich. They're just prioritizing their health. They're prioritizing the thing that they feel like is important to them. Instead
Right.
of spending $1,000 on fast food, cook at home and make sure your hair
Oh,
get to a place it's never been. You know what
yes,
I
one
mean?
more thing. I do want to add that when you're getting this sew in, you want to invest in good hair. So the hair
Oh,
on your site is very good. I've dealt with other brands, and if you know your brand is good, then stick with it. But if you're unsure and you're just buying cheap hair, it's not gonna work with the 6 month sew in.
oh man, that was a real good gem to leave with them because you don't want to invest in this process and you have hair that can't outlive the process.
Right.
So then now you gotta pay Sherry to take it out or pay a certified technician to take it out, buy more hair, pay them to put it back on, and that messes with the whole vibe of the process. It just messes. This is supposed to be a stress-free. This is a great process, like magical. You don't understand
Yes.
it until you actually do it. It's amazing, right? And you don't want to mess that up being unsure about the type of hair that you're using with that process. Great, great, great gem to leave them, Sherry. Okay, you guys, so that's Sherry out of Sebring, Florida. She was our third top retailer for last quarter 2022. So great job with that.
Thank you.
She is doing an amazing job. She's been certified for a year. She's been in the program for a year and a half. She's done this 36 times at least and has a ton of success stories on her own. She's actually doing it and embodying what we are doing here. So we're on this mission to help millions of women achieve hair growth they've never been able to achieve before. And she is a really big part of that. And she's the only one in Florida that's providing the service. And she would very much like other hair pros to invest in Florida. So she's not all by herself down there. But hey, we don't control that. So if you want to book with her, you can either follow her at Silk Press and Hair Grow, which I love that name. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Silk Press
Thank you.
and Hair Grow. Or you can message us, My City, and we'll send you the link where you can find her. You can find any other certified technicians. Can't pay for a valuable service and buy random products and maintain the service provided. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. So yeah, so definitely book with her. She's open. She's ready. Well, I don't know what you heard her say them Saturdays. The Saturdays are very skeptical. You probably got to book out. How far do you book out, Sherry?
My book is open. I don't have a cutoff point. Just I book the whole year long.
Wow. So if somebody wanted to get on a Saturday, how far out would you say if they want to get on a Saturday? Because Saturday be booked. So if they wanted to get in on a weekend because they're traveling, because a lot of people travel to you, how far out realistically do you think they would be able to get in if they got in on a Saturday?
Right now, maybe April.
Y'all heard it. All right. So obviously this is a very valuable program to be in. So if you know any hairstylists, any hair professionals, like if you're in an area and you know we don't have a certified technician in an area that can help you achieve hair growth, share it with your hairstylist. There's a lot of hair pros that I got in my program that they had customers sitting in their chair while they were looking at. The only way it really gets out and the only way for us to be able to meet the demand of thousands, 20,000 women wanting this service when only 30 people know how to really do it is by sharing this. So if you know any hair pros, share it. If you have a hairstylist yourself, share it. I've even had 3 people where the customer paid for them to get into the program just so they can have access to this process, you know, and they worked out a deal where they offer a service for a year and a half, something like that. It's different for everybody, but they were determined to get this process, and they got their hairstylists in here, and they are mastering it, and they getting their hair done, right? They getting to the growth, okay? So thank you guys so much for joining us. So we've talked to 3 hair pros that are in the program, our top retailers for last quarter. We're going to be bringing more hair pros on so you guys can hear from their mouth, right? I do a lot of talking. It's different coming from me than it is coming from them. So thank you guys for joining us. Stay tuned for what's to come this year. Thank you, Sherry, so much for taking time out to share your story.
You're welcome.
And congratulations. Keep it up. I'm excited. I was so excited to talk to you. I don't know. You so quiet. You so quiet. I'm like, is the program working? Like, are they getting clients? Like, I don't know, right? So to see that you got 30, that, you know, you've done this 36 times is like, in just a year, mind blowing. In only a year, mind blowing. So thank you so much for that. Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Our time is up, everybody. Peace, love, and blessings. Have a great rest of your
Bye,
day.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.